Well, good morning all. So last time we built this toolbox slash stand for my new mill drill press. I see these guys do the patina paint jobs and the faux patina paint jobs, and so I thought, what better project than this thing right here to do a faux patina paint job. I'm gonna hit it with several different layers of different colors. We're gonna use a lot of the browns and tans, a little bit of some reds on the edges, so those will kind of shine and pop through and pop. But the main goal is to make this thing a blue color, because I want to paint this thing kind of a early 80s Honda three-wheeler type paint job with the red, white, and blue stripes and the Honda across the door somehow. Don't know if I can do that or not. We're gonna see if we can screw this up together. So let's get this thing hauled outside and get some primer put on it. Okay, I've got my primer put on, and next I'm gonna hit it with this Rust-Oleum High Performance Enamel. 15 minutes fast dry. Yeah, I don't know, it was with the primer, so it was cheap. It was like 12 bucks for 2 cans. So I'm gonna really focus on hitting the edges and the corners with some color, not so much on the flat surfaces, because I really want to sand through on the edges to get different layers of colors to come through. So we're gonna go ahead and let this flash dry for a minute, and then we'll apply a little black paint. And then we'll, see if we can screw it up with another color. I don't know what I'm doing. So this toolbox right here is pretty much the inspiration of how I want this new toolbox to look. I really like this old vintage toolbox that my father-in-law had for years and years, and I kind of want it to match somewhat. Oh look, there's Lou. You come to say hi and help. Now, the way I'm gonna make this patina, or make it look like this patina, is probably not how some do it. And the way I'm gonna do it is I'm gonna use something that pretty much everybody has. Coffee grounds. That's right. So now that I've got the black layer on, I'm gonna go take this and I'm gonna take a handful of it and go and see if I can get it to stick. And then that way we can come across with our whatever colors we want. Tan, black, or browns, tans, reds, and of course the final color, the blue. And we're gonna do this in different layers, so as this the paint goes on, this goes over the coffee grounds. The wet coffee grounds will stick to the existing paint. And once we have our different layers on top of the paint, we can just simply wipe off the coffee grounds, and the coffee grounds don't have oil in it. They won't contaminate the paint, won't make it lift, and will reveal basically the layer underneath it. So besides, who doesn't love a nice fine Kona coffee? That's my favorite. So that's what we're gonna use today, is a little Kona coffee. I'm sure Folgers and Dunkin' Donuts, or heaven forbid we use Starbucks. Yeah. Anyhow, that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna go out, take this while it still has some moisture in it, throw it at it in random spots, and then I'm actually gonna hit those random spots with some tan and some brown. We're gonna pick a few other spots, and then after we get the tan and the brown on, put some coffee grounds on top of it, and then we're gonna shoot the whole thing with this blue. Let's get after it. It's just so wrong, but I think it's gonna work great. Let's go get some paint. So you can kind of see where it's dried and fallen off. Look at that, the tan and the brown's coming through really nice. Looks just like rust. Okay, you can wipe some of this off with the brush. Perfect. That's pretty much exactly what I wanted. Looks like rust is bubbling underneath the paint. This is great. I'm going to go ahead and let this dry overnight, and then tomorrow we'll probably actually wet sand this with like some, I don't know, 1000 grit, and try to get some of the blue off into that darker colored paint. Really get this patina to pop. Well, good morning everybody. So back here in the garage this morning, the old toolbox is dried overnight and it's cured up real nice. So on today's agenda, I'm going to start sanding this thing in stages to try to get rid of just a little bit of this blue to reveal the darker colors underneath. But I got to be careful because I don't want to go too far and kind of mess up the patina that I've got with the coffee grounds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with some 400 wet dry 3M 400 paper, and I'm going to work my way up to 600, 800, and then just see where it hits me and I like it. Once we get that done, I'll go ahead and I'm going to mask off the logo that's going to go in the very front of this thing on the door, and it's going to be kind of a, like I said earlier, the old school Christmas special ATC 70 red, white, blue distressed stripes. So let's get sanding on this thing and see what we can reveal. That's the nice part about this is, there's no rules on this, so you just sand until what you think you like, and if it's not what you like, touch it up with a little spray paint till you get what you want. Let's get going. Well, that's turning out pretty good, really. Let me check this out. Spritzer with a little water and Windex here. Kind of get it a little bit of a... Oop, got it on the lens. My bad. Anyways, kind of give it a clear coat look. It's pretty awesome. It's gonna look really nice, but yet look like a giant turd at the same time. Yeah, I like it. Kind of gives you a before and after the first sanding. Looks a lot better. This side's going to come out really awesome. It's got a lot of dark colors popping through. This and the door. It's going to be great. Spent the last couple nights on this thing trying to get this old school Honda decal just right. Turns out I'm not very good with the paintbrush. So had my wife help me with some decals, and we laid it over in layers and did each color, one at a time. But it turned out pretty good because, I mean, let's face it, honestly, most of it's going to come off when I sand this door. So that's where we're at. That's the last thing we got to do. I'm going to get some 400 grit out, sand this door, and then I'm going to decide if I'm going to shoot a little bit of clear coat on this thing, and we'll show you the final product. I think it's pretty awesome. it's time for the clear coat on this thing. So my initial plan was to spray this with an automotive style paint gun outside. But the wind here in southern Utah decided it was going to be a springtime wind, as it usually does. And it's going to be like 30-mile-an-hour wind today, so obviously can't spray outside. So I got thinking about it, and I says, well, not everybody has a spray gun at home, and so I'm going to apply it with a rag. And I don't know how this is going to work. It may work out fine. It may look absolutely terrible. The good news is, if it looks terrible, we can sand it down, and then on a nice day, we can actually spray it out with a spray gun. So I'm going to get this hardware store, I don't even know what this stuff is, Minwax or something. I don't know. I've used it before on this kind of paint, and it does pretty good. This is not a super high gloss clear. I don't want a brand new car type clear. I just want something that's going to help protect the paint and just bring a little bit of a pop out. So let's get this stuff shook up. We'll start on the back, see how it looks. Oh, that might be all right. Try to keep the air bubbles out of it. Wow, I kind of like that. Huh, I'll be darned. That's gonna look all right, I think. I think we're safe to do the rest of it. That looks pretty dang awesome. We're gonna let that flash and kind of gas off a little bit. And I think we'll put a couple coats on it and it'll be just right. I think it's gonna dry to a little bit duller finish than that. That's okay. But now that I get it on there, if it doesn't and if it dries glossy, be all right with that too. Well, there you have it. That's how I do a patina paint job using regular old hardware store spray paint and materials and just a little bit of coffee to get the rust spots to come through. Now this, like I said before, this is the first time I've ever done this. I thought it might be a great way to try to get the patina to come through, and for me, the end results speak for themselves. So if you guys have ever done a patina paint job and you use something other than just sanding through the different layers to get the patina to pop through, put it down in the comments. I'd really like to know, because this was a fun project for me. I mean, it was fun to build the box and obviously solve a problem for the stand that I needed, but this paint job was super fun. So like I said, if you've done it different, let me know. I'd love to hear it. Put it down in the comments. See you guys next time.